For you bone token holders, I got you a video that you do not want to miss. I got the big players in the house giving you the details on some big projects happening on Shibarium and also the utility for the bone token. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. So I let the big boys take over. Mantra Protocol, give us the details.
Thank you for plugging me back in. So yeah, the investment funds is for making profit and investing, but in a positive, as a positive way as possible into the NFT ecosystem. The first action we're taking, we're going to be buying NFTs as well, but the first action is actually lending for collections at the best terms we think are good for the current situation, right? We're investing in three collections, four with the Taurus, but three, not the Taurus, which are Shiba Punks, She Dream, and Shibos, right? Just because we have firm beliefs in these three collections. From now on, the fund is small still, so we hope to expand to more. But right now we're investing in lending pools. We're providing lending pools for 15 days and 3% interest, right? So you can use your NFTs of these collections. We also hope to take the ecosystem into a new maturation stage in which lenders start asking for less interest and longer duration. That's one of the things we want to, or examples we want to set with these investment pools. But it is an investment because we want to use these funds to help Mantra grow even more. Because this fund is going to feed the development funds and the marketing funds. So this fund is to keep it alive and growing. This is not, and it is to be invested in Shibarium as well. It isn't going anywhere, right? It is for Shibarium, but it is for making profit because it's going to feed the other endeavors of Mantra, right? So yeah, what I like about the investment fund also is that because we're providing pools, it also stimulates the whole Shibarium economy and also generates volume for Mantra, which translates into revenue for Mantra and for the Taurus. So the investment fund is actually contributing to the Taurus holder making even more money because we incentivize people borrowing at better terms. Hopefully they don't default. I just have to say hopefully, just to not be seen as evil, right? We're trying to actually not get defaulted on for real, and and uh, and that generates volume and makes revenue for the Taurus, for Mantra as well, but for the Taurus as well. So it is this symbiotic and closed reinforcement loop in which one thing makes the other better and the other makes the other thing better and over and over again. But Mantra needs to grow. We need to invest in Mantra's growth and development. We're too slow, actually. We have built so many stuff in 1.5 years, but we are actually so slow compared to the vision we have ahead. So many things to build, right? So we have to speed that up. Hopefully, that puts us in a position in which the Taurus holder, which are actually shareholders of Mantra, because Mantra is giving 10% of the total revenue forever for the Taurus holder, real yield, real revenue from fees, from service fees from Mantra. Uh, we hope that this growth allows the Taurus to capture lots of revenue also in the future. And where we're using the funds we're getting to help us get there, help Mantra get there. This is very important. This is crucial, I think, investing in the development of Mantra, further development and faster development. So yeah, that's basically the explanation of the Taurus. We're minting its 10K items. We have minted only 1,800, a little bit more. I think we're in 1,900 already because today there were some mints. That's in 1 week. Not bad. I think we will have to push this to actually get into investors' minds and let them see the value. We also want them to appreciate the art, right? But yeah, we have a lot to do still. Lots of work, not in a hurry. Going slow with the mint actually allows us to use the minting itself for campaigning for Ethereum people as well. You know, we will be doing many things. You can expect that for sure.
That's beautiful. And Coach, did you have a follow-up question in regards to the lending?
Yeah, sure. And first, obviously, thanks for all you've done in your group, by having a platform for everyone to use when Shibarium launched. So, and been a great help for many people and for the growth. Gosh, I'm going to start with the Toros now because of some at the end. On the revenue sharing, you were saying a percentage or 10% from the marketplace. Was that also going to include the investment fund, the lending protocol profits, and all of that, or is it just from the marketplace fees?
Actually, all of the revenue that Mantra does today goes into the funds that are used to Toros, from which this 10% is built. So Mantra has only one revenue stream or two, which is the marketplace fees, and the pawn shop fees. So when somebody takes a loan, there is a fee. When somebody buys an NFT, there is a fee. All these fees goes to Toros as well. So Mantra doesn't have any revenue stream which doesn't go to Toros yet. Mantra will create other revenue streams which are not planned to be contemplated. Like, for instance, we would have a launchpad eventually, right? An NFT launchpad, which would generate revenue as well. We could also create featured, pay to be featured in our homepage, which actually we're building the homepage right now. Mantra's face is just ugly, right? We have to improve that. We're working on two things, the landing page and the staking mechanism right now. But we can create other revenue streams that are not planned to be contemplated for Toros, right? We're giving 10% of everything we're generating right now at this point. So yeah, I think that answers that.
It does. Thank you. Good answer. And that answers what I wanted to hear. A question, and I don't know that you could share or do you track, but on the loans, do you track default rates as far as because and you mentioned this just a few minutes ago that you want to see lower interest rate, longer term loans. I'm wondering if you track or could share what the default rates are on some of these loans.
Gotcha. That's another side that Mantra lacks, a good analytics system or module, right? We don't have analytics at all. It's crazy. So many things to build. We do have some aggregated data that we have access to. I can see right now the total volume of BONE and all the currencies and many other things, all the logs, NFTs inside Mantra, many things, without going collection by collection and summing up all the numbers. And yeah, we have this access, but it is very rudimentary, right? It is very primitive. We need to have this good analytics system with graphics and charts and all that. It is not built right now, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact default versus payback rates. Really don't know. I think it fluctuates over time. There are times in which people just don't default on their NFTs because it's been profitable what they borrow, and some other times they do default. Sometimes due to crisis within the collections, some people try to exit, or sometimes because the ecosystem is not good to make profits and they just can't pay back, which is sad, right? That's why it is good to go with caution always when you borrow. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Okay. And then the last question, and this is really, what can we do as a community, I guess. would like to see some higher loan to value rates, basically, instead of 50 cents on a dollar, could you get, and it's really up to the lenders, obviously, that set the terms, but an 80 cents on the dollar or something like that. Maybe it's unrealistic, but, that to me would help, obviously, if I had a loan that I knew, I could get back whatever 90% versus 50%, that kills the floor, because somebody loses and now you've got an NFT for 50 cents on the dollar and you can sell it for 70 and then your floor gets kind of hurt. What can we do, other than offer loans at higher loan to value, so to speak, and longer terms, which is what you were just talking about. So it sounds like it is a goal.
Gotcha. Beautiful question. The answer is not so easy because it's a fine balance that you have to find, right? On one side, giving a high value to loan amount invites to default, because if you give 80%, that actually invites somebody. It is like selling at 80% the floor, right? Many people are going to go and sell their NFTs at 80% the floor. That kind of invites, right? On the other side, low value to loan amounts makes the default create a worse crisis, like you described. If they default on me on 50%, I'm super incentivized to lower the floor even 25% because I'm making 25% profit, right? That is of course true. That is true. Okay. Now, I think it depends on so many things. That's why I particularly you focused on the amount you lend, and me personally think it the other way around. I think the amount is not super important as long as the other terms do not invite to default. So what we want to reach is the point in which people don't default because it is easy to pay back, right? Because it is easy to pay back. It is easy to pay back because they have enough time and low interest to pay back, right? Unless they just don't want to pay back, unless they lose their money. But the initial intention of the borrower should not be to default on the pool, right? The amount is tricky. The amount is tricky. I told you 50% is good to me. And I'm positive on this, which is basically the opposite of what you're saying. But it comes from the realization that the ecosystem isn't growing, right? So giving a long period of long duration of loans at low interest and high amounts is basically put the lenders at a big risk, because the collection can easily go down more than 20% in those 15 days or 30 days or whatever you want to do, right? So lenders will try to be conservative. Me personally, I have this strategy, right? Go low amount. I do not, again, I do not want to liquidate NFTs. I do not want to get liquidated. I do get liquidated some. I do liquidate NFTs sometimes, many times, a lot. But I think it is due to the external factors as well. The chain not growing, not having a lot of things to invest on, because there is very few things actually moving in a positive path. It has fluctuated. Sometimes Shibarium is better, sometimes it is worse. But I'm pretty sure you could track and map the whole health of Shibarium into liquidations and payback. I'm pretty sure, right? We would have to see the charts or whatever. Hard to analyze. But yeah, again, not easy to answer question. Not easy to answer question. My personal position, which doesn't have to be everyone's position, is that the value to loan amount is not super important, at least at the current status, because people come from a bull market, and then they start pointing out actors that maybe trying to be bad, but maybe trying to be good, and they just don't realize that the whole economy is fucked up. Right? There's little money to be made. Everything is bad, and people start feeling miserable. And you know, NFTs went down in price overall, the whole market, and it wasn't actually due to lending only. Lending probably accelerated the process, which, in my point of view, actually just accelerated the moving on from the crisis. So I see it with a different perspective. That crisis was due. It was it was part of the future. So lending probably accelerated the moving on from that crisis. But yeah, I'm moving around because this is not an easy question to reply. My point of view, my personal point of view, is that value to loan is, or loan to value is not super important in this case, at least for the current situation. When things are going up, of course, people are going to lend more and more and more, and even closer to the floor, because they know the value is going up. Beautiful to give you 80%. If you default, amazing, because the NFT just went up 30%. But at the current situation, it's probably risky for the lenders. So I personally try to lower the amount, but increase the other, or improve on the other two terms, duration and interest. At least for now, we will have to see other kind of markets where everything is growing, and then we will readjust the strategies. At least right now, for me personally, this is the best strategy. I don't know.
Sure, and look, I don't disagree with you, so don't take that wrong. In a growing ecosystem, and there's, let's just say, crypto opportunities where you can make nice profits and things like that, where you can take the loan and make more than your 10%. Then it becomes a very, very good resource. So I'm pro what the lending can offer, especially in a growing, robust, potential profit, not financial advice ecosystem. So thank you very much.
Beautiful. I also want to see that, coach. I also want to see all these NFT-5 protocols, which Mantra is not the only one. There are many other beautiful protocols in Ethereum. Oh my God, it's just beautiful what is happening in NFT-5. And we have to still see that in a ball run. What's that going to create, right? DeFi is built to create a different world. I think it's super liquid. What K9, for instance, what Lido does in Ethereum is something that only the blockchains can do and only DeFi can do. In the traditional finances, you can't do that. You can't have the same currency being stuck and being liquid at the same time. It is crazy what you can do with code, right, on the blockchain. So NFT-5 has to be assessed during a bull run. We still have to see that. And I think it's going to be beautiful. And I will tell you only one example. Take, for instance, debt refinancing, right? If you take a loan today for 50 bond, right, with one NFT, if the collection will increase in price, what's going to happen is that lenders will lend you not 80 bond, but 90. So you will take this loan, wait the 15 days, and when it's about to expire, you will move to the pool lending 90 bond. And those 90 bond are enough to pay back your original pool and even get some bond on top of that, right, as extra money. And if the collection continues to go up, you will just keep moving your NFTs, rotating them along pools like forever, right? As long as the collection is going up, because loans are going to be increasing in value. Isn't that beautiful? That you can actually use one NFT to borrow money and have it rotating pool with zero cost and even getting extra bond in each step. That's something crazy. You could have an NFT rotating in pools for 6 months, and if you decide to pay back, you only have to pay back the last pool, and the last pool may be even a pool for 1%. It is something crazy, right? So in the long run, the economy becomes more healthy when you have access to liquidity with your NFTs. So I just want people to see the long vision of all this. I know it's hard to accept that the whole ecosystem is not as healthy as we could have it. We need to grow Shibarium. I have been telling this to everyone. That's the main goal. That should be the main goal. That's why I'm so excited with this competition between Shib Dream and Shiba Punks, which, by the way, I have been laughing so much the past few days. This is what Shibarium has to do. We don't have to feel miserable with whatever is happening in our NFT ecosystem. The NFTs need to keep building the culture of Shibarium, which was what they did from the beginning, and allow the other things to keep building the infrastructure, the builders to keep building. I not bringing anything personal, but it is hard to be a builder and not be understood sometimes. So we will just continue to build, and let's just wait for the ballroom. Let's just wait for better days, and let's see what NFT finances can actually achieve under good under good economy, right?
Yes, and now I will close with on my comments anyway, and applauding you guys for coming in early and building, because it's not easy to build on something at the beginning. So round of applause from me for what you guys have done and helped educate people and so much. So it doesn't go unnoticed. Cheers.
Thank you, Bender, for those kind words. Yeah, just trying to and trying to impart, trying to educate, and trying to show the vision of mantra, and also try to set the mood of everyone into a positive mood despite all the bad things that happen. We need to go through this crisis as elegantly and graciously as possible, with a smile on our faces. I love a tweet by Lucy Sheep today. It was beautiful. I don't remember the quote, but it was beautiful. Basically said that the best things in life come while you are smiling. So you need to be smiling for good things to come to you. So I would ask everyone to just enjoy Shibarium. We have gone through good and bad. The beginning was just something beautiful. There have been bad parts. There have been other beautiful parts, but I would like to at least the NFT ecosystem to keep it sane, to keep it beautiful, to keep it fair for everyone, right? The mantra chat, for instance, is not your regular NFT chat, right? It is not for one collection. It is not for DTOROS, and it is not for mantra. It is for all NFT communities. So it's to expect that many things happen there, right? It's hard to administer that. It is hard to handle, but we try our best. We probably need some mods there. We're probably going to be looking for mods there, because it's not a beautiful chat right now. Sometimes there is some fights that I don't want to see, but sometimes I'm sleeping. I would like to keep it fair for everyone. It is hard. Some shit happens, weird stuff happens. And but the mantra chat is expected to be the stage for all NFT collections. So please don't expect it to be a chat for only one collection, or even the Taurus. It is for discussion of every kind of stuff. Even live, you can come discuss anything. But I know people hate. I know some people hate mantras chat, and you know, it's okay. It's okay. But again, we're just trying to set the mood for everyone to be positive. You know, and keep it fair for everyone and open for everyone. So that's pretty much our major goal in Shibarium, at least in this stage, right?
Well, that's beautiful. And again, thank you, Coach, for coming up too as well and taking a moment here with us. We got Mantra Protocol on week 91, She recap. And yeah, this has been a beautiful moment here. And I've certainly learned a lot in regards to NFTs and everything. Uh, Before we let you go here, I do want to go back to Calvin J, Crypto Queen Clifford, and just see if they just had a quick closing thought for you before we go with yours. Go ahead, Calvin J.
Yeah, appreciate you, Bender, and appreciate you too, Mantra. I will say I do have a final question, but I guess in closing statements, thank you for building on Shibarium. I know ultimately, yes, we appreciate you also for the transparency and letting everyone know, Shibarium does work, to say the least, and very successful, to say the least. Um, and outside of those two facts, you are also building in a very unique way. And that is something to definitely highlight. And that is why we are here today. I will say, with my question, when music NFTs, when capability for audio integrations and MP3, MP4 uh, interoperability between the multi chains that you have available, and if anything, even if that's more so of a like relying on particular contracts being launched or the NFTs themselves, uh, if possible, let us know. And again, appreciate you, Mantra.
Yeah, thank you very much, Calvin J, for those beautiful words, recognizing our work. Thank you very much. Yes, Shibarium does work beautifully. We do comment this internally as well. It started as a chain that had some issues that made us do extra work, but it just works beautifully now. It is beautiful. So the team is actually building something great, and the Shiba Army has this big spirit, beautiful spirit. Music NFTs. I will give you only these words. We're ready when you are ready. It basically comes down to that. We haven't had the we haven't had yet an NFT collection launching music NFTs in any chains we are at. It doesn't take any particular contract implementation or anything. It would come down to basically doing a minor work on the UI, basically, giving support for MP3 and having a music player embedded on the website. You know, it shouldn't take probably no more than 1 day to do, but we just save that work for when we need to do that work. So we're ready when you are ready. When you launch your collection, you will have integration the next day. That's what I can say about that.
Beautiful. Salute to you. And I'll pass it on to Bender, Queen, Coach George, or Clifford. Whoever wants to take the mic, I drop mine. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Calvin J. Go ahead, Crypto Queen.
Actually, I didn't have any more questions. He answered everything that I had thought of. So just wanted to thank you for being here tonight and giving you an opportunity to tell us all about your projects. And thank you for all that you do for Shibarium.
Thank you all guys as well. You do a very impactful work that people recognize builders, but they recognize too little the promoters. I really admire your team, Bender, Crypto Queen. You are in every space. You are at the top of your game, and you do some beautiful stuff for Shibarium as well, giving us this stage to discuss Shibarium and discuss projects. It is something amazing. The same with Ship Dream, giving their Dream a Little Dream space as well. Big props to you guys for all the hard work. It takes hours of your time. I know that in preparation and for being here. So it's really awesome. It's really awesome. Thank you so much for that as well, guys.
Beautiful, and thank you, Crypto Queen, too as well. Clifford, quick final thought here for Mantra.
Yeah, and thanks, Bender. Mantra, obviously, thank you very much for being a guest in here and sharing all the alpha you have tonight, providing insight into your project. Obviously, you have provided a great space for Shibarium NFTs thus far. I'm excited to see where it leads in the future. I love your art, by the way. Pixel art. I really like the pixel art. I'm a fan. I'm an art fan in general, but I can appreciate the pixel art because I know, each dot is, is each one is done one of one, right? Each dot. So I appreciate the art as well. And I have to, I got to ask this, right? All right. So Mantra Protocol City. You may not want to share this on the call, but I got to ask, when do you think we could see it? And thanks so much again, everybody.
Okay, so Clifford, I think your admiration for the art is the biggest compliment I have taken today, for real. I would like people loving the Toro art, and I'm so happy that you like it and you know that each pixel has a purpose in the art. Everything is super discussed. Each pixel is discussed. So I this is the biggest compliment, and it made me really happy to hear that from you. Thank you very much. Protocol City. Protocol City is still a fuzzy concept that Mantra is trying to build towards. This is actually the ultimate goal. The same way the Shibarium's goal is to build a network state, Mantra is building a protocol city. And the protocol city is this series of protocols on the chain, smart contracts that plug into other protocols as well, creating these plumbings, right? And you have a set of investors and citizens that have share in this series of integrations or at a low level, right? And these guys run the culture, run the governance, and they have shares and they defend and provide for the whole protocol city, right? And we create alliances at community level and at code level as well, protocols and stuff. So it is hard to explain, but it is basically community together with protocols that are pluggable into whole ecosystems with other protocols as well. So the city can expand itself, and the citizens are also investors and shareholders, so they have stakes on the city, and they will fight for the city and promote the city and promote the whole thing. Yeah, based on many tools. NFTs is one. Having a bank or a DEX, decentralized exchange native to the protocol is also a must, which will provide all the services for trading the protocol city's currencies and tokens and assets and stuff like that. So it is this very big concept which we will build towards that allows us to build faster, because having this very long distance goal is better than having a close distance goal. So we can move faster towards that. But it is something that we will build, I think, over the years as fast as we can. So yeah. And also, the concept will probably evolve a little bit, just like the mantra roadmap has evolved over time. So yeah, it's something like that. Not sure if I gave you a good picture of that.
You did. You did. Fantastic. And thank you so much for answering that question, Mantra. Again, thank you for taking my questions here. And Bender, co host as well. Queen and Calvin J, coach, thank y'all so much as well for letting me ask them. And Mantra, congrats to you. Wish you much success.
Thank you. Thank you, Clifford, again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clifford, and appreciate you. Coach, any final thoughts here from Mantra?
No, but before I drop down, I do want to give, you were doing shout outs earlier. Shout out for Lucy. I know she's been catching a little flack here lately, and it's nice to see the community stand up for her because she does so much for everybody. So praise there. And then I'm going to drop down and thank you again, Mort, for coming in tonight. Learned a lot, as always.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach, for the beautiful questions. Thank you so much again for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and appreciate you. Also, just seen Shiba Soaps and Tanzil just pop in. Appreciate everybody. Crypto Chrissy, Monkey B, I see you, and a few others here. I'm not going to go through everybody, but I do appreciate all of you that have come in this evening to check out Mantra here on week 91 of the Sheep Weekly Recap. It's been definitely for me a learning moment here, and educating myself overall here in the NFT space and the world of marketplaces and lending. It's been beautiful. Mantra, any final thoughts you'd like to leave with us?
I guess I would go back to the Lucy tweet again. Let's all smile. Let's be happy. Doesn't matter. We only have to hold the fort, and that will take us to the actual good position that Shibarium is going to be in very short. I really think in a very short time Shibarium will grow and will be much better. But we have to keep the spirit, and we have to keep this culture of communities talking to each other in the best way and collaborating, making alliances, helping each other, like it was like not very long ago. I think it continues to be. There are many really good relationships, and the latest things with which I'm enjoying so much, the memes war, but also this novella-like situation between Shibashis and the Shiba punks in the middle. It is beautiful. That's what we have to bring to Shibarium, right? To make us all laugh. I think if we size the memes, we win. But to make memes, you have to be happy, right? You can't feel miserable or bad. You have to feel happy. And there are many reasons to be happy in Shibarium because we have so many things already built, being built, and coming in short time for real that we can expect so much from Shibarium. And the Shibarium just can't lose the spirit. We have to keep it cool. We have to keep it happy. Yeah, that's what I would call the community to be from now on. Just the crisis will come. Let's be happy even in the crisis. Let's work to position ourselves in a good position to absorb a good chunk of the value that is coming into Shibarium in the near future. And just do that. Just position. Just hold it for the time being. Yeah. And thank you so much for inviting me again, Bender. Thank you. The giveaways, I don't know how they're going to run. I'm not sure if it's time for them already. So I'm just going to mute myself and allow the space to continue to run. Sorry.
No worries. We appreciate you, and if you don't mind hanging out here for a little bit, we'll probably have Crypto Queen, if she doesn't mind here, do those shortly. I don't want to hold people through the news portion here, and certainly this has been a night to remember. So yeah, I'm glad we brought you up here exclusively and had a little bit more expansion on your time and thoughts, and this has definitely been well worth it. So Cannot say enough. I appreciate you taking the time out to go over your vision and just the overall general education of NFT marketplace and your thoughts on that. So it's been a wonderful experience here, and proud that the recap has been here and to witness. I'll put it like that. It's beautiful. Yes, and thank you again. I'm glad we've got you in a good moment here and was able to pick your brain.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. I'm blessed to be here actually in your space, Bender. Thank you very much for giving me the space. I will stay here as long as this lasts. I will stay till the end. I will be here for the giveaway as well. I'm not sure how that is going to work. So yeah, I will be here. Thank you for having me. Let's hear the rest of the space. It's going to be amazing as well.
No doubt. Yep. And I appreciate you here. But yeah, Crypto Queen, if we can go ahead and get those winners together, I think we'll
Sure, I'm going to go ahead and I'll cut off the retweet contest right now and go ahead and do the Twitter picker, and I'll be back in just a minute.
okay. No worries. In the meantime, I think I am going to, while we have a quick moment, do a few community shout-outs. First off, shout out to everybody in Web3, NFT, crypto, the whole community, just in case if I missed you. 2024, we are here and appreciate you. Spaces coming up. I didn't want to forget these this week. I believe we got Mars Swap or the Mega Space on Tuesday, Lucy and K9 on Wednesday. Big shouts out to both of them. TFW NFTs. I believe they recognize Kids World Cancer Day. As we know, that is a very near and dear cause to the Tutti Frutti women, and appreciate Shiba Soaps for bringing that to our attention here. Sheep Co-op drops their NFT marketplace beta on Valentine's Day. Much love. As well as Sharby. Well, I think we had some holdups there, but I had it written down. But big shouts out to Sharby on bridging and other endeavors they've got. They've always got something. So just shout out Sharpie today, I guess you'll say. Shiba Punks is officially on Discord. Last OG, big shout out to him for the invite. Also, Sheep Dream NFTs and Shiba Punks meme contest. That's a wild thing there, but really, really fun in terms of that one. Crypto Nick, the custom NFT for the PFP for Crypto Queen. I thought that was beautiful. Amongst people and sharing and caring and all that kind of stuff. And my guy, not your VP, not my VP, but the house shipster. How do you feel about Binance Bone campaign? I keep going back to his tweet and hitting the good button because I don't really have Binance here in the US, but they allow me to click the good there. So big shouts out to the houster with everything there too as well. So just wanted to say appreciate to all those folks. Crypto Queen, do you still need some time?
I do. Just a
That's
little
all
bit
right.
more.
We're just gonna start rolling in. She recap news before I even go into that, because the majority of it this week, and I just want to say thank you to the team for the unexpected Valentine's Day drop with everything here. They were our saving grace. I think between the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, just I don't know, a lot of sheep info wasn't circulating. Monday started out like normal. I usually think we're off to a good start with about 5 to 6, and then kind of hit a wall this week, and then lo and behold, there's just always something every week that kind of pops up here. And this week it just so happened to be the Sheep magazine here. So, oh, there we go. I was pulling up the whole entire wrong article. Big shouts out to lads for the wallet guard information. You got me on board, and I appreciate you. Let's see here. Of course, the Happy Valentine's Day. They went into the Shibashis. If I can get lads up here, I think he just explained it eloquently last Thursday in his space with that one too as well. But they go on to how it's an ERC 404 token. This latest buzz causing a stir in the blockchain universe. Imagine a world where the ERC 20 and ERC 721 had a brainchild that inherited the best traits of both. that basically explains there. The minting magic where you can claim it. Now, I believe the Shibashi holders, depending on how long you've had them, how many you've had, there's a few factors there, but I think that's at least two, will determine in terms of the first drop. After that's cleared, I think next up is leash holders. Will have access to Shibashis, and then if there's any left over, I believe you will have those released to the public in terms of availability with everything. One thing I did want to point out here. Let's see here. We are 50% allocated as follows. Burns, 6% to sheep, 1% to bone, 1% to leash, 1% burns treat. That's set aside for the future, as well as shy, she. I don't know how you would pronounce that. So I'm gonna say both. But nonprofits, 10% nonprofits. I recommend a split for Japan, 3%, Manny Pacquiao Foundation, 2%, Women in Blockchain, 2%, and 3% to be determined by Shiba Identity Enabled DAO. Foundation, 15% foundation to be determined at launch of Shiba Identity Enabled DAO. Team gets 15%. The remaining 50% will go towards expenses and treasuries, which will add to our runway to complete the perpetual, autonomous, and fully decentralized network state as described in the sheet paper. Goes on to have some final thoughts here. I'm gonna let y'all read on the magazine about that. That touched my heart. I could certainly understand those circumstances. Lucy's interview. Be fearless, prominent influencer tells the women in crypto. Really, really good article. It's about 3-minute read here. One thing I did want to point out, let's see here. It was the crunchy numbers, yes. Still a study by Forex, and this is in regards to women, suggests published last year reveals that stark disparities. Only 6% of CEOs' roles in crypto are held by women, with men dominating 94% of senior executive positions. Beyond the CEO level, women occupy a mere 22.4% of leadership roles. An analyst of the top 50% crypto influencers on X revealed that just 7 are women, representing a mere 14% of the prominent voices that shape the public's discourse of crypto. So really, really interesting. That goes on to talk about why it matters. But Lucy's got some really cool thoughts on there, and big shouts out to her, as we talked about earlier too, as well. And yeah, I'm just going to leave what I've had to say about some things I've seen this week here in regards to Lucy. I will leave those alone today. Finding real connections in swipe right world. Excuse me. Tips from relationships coach. This was a pretty in-depth article about OnlyFans relationships, and I just found that one just like really, really like things I didn't know that were going on in the world right now. Just don't let me lie. But that was a really crazy read. A new wave of heartache and fraud, crypto love scams invade DeFi. This is kind of deep here. I believe it was talking about what were they called? Yeah, pig butchering schemes. They kind of get in with you. They make a friend. They show you gains. They're taking stuff. It's just kind of a wild scenario, but definitely check that out with that one too as well, with the pig butchery and everything. And then love on the blockchain. 5 Valentine's Day Shiba gift ideas. I thought this was really cool here. If you'd like to give your data a taste of the crypto craze, sheep might be the perfect choice. Here are 2 ways to gift sheeps. It goes on to talk about peer-to-peer power, gift cards on Glitz, stores accepting sheep, NFTs, NFtastic expressions, Shibashis, in terms of them coming. Merchmania, Welly and Shiba cows, however you like to pronounce that. More NFTs, sheep friends, of course, just trading amongst the blockchain. It does point out you can explore like Wellies, More Bears, Sheep Co-op, Shiba Punks, Shy Bulls, Sheep Dream, NFTs, Lumi Bots, just to name a few. Shout out to everybody that got a shout out. And then everybody that's some. Love all the ones out there. DNS Love Affair, like the dimension names, too, as well with that one. And then goes on into some of the funner memes of the week and that kind of thing, too, as well, which I thought were hilarious. A couple of them, at least, with everything. But yeah, that's the magazine there and a little bit of a quick rundown here for you. And I just wanted to make sure I did touch on that one there. Crypto Queen. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the magazine. I see you with your hand up. Did you go? Did you get the?
We do.
Thank you.
We have 7 winners, so generously donated prizes by Mantra. So the winners, and I put these in the jumbotron, chosen by Twitter Picker: Franz Matthew, Clifford, Vic, Eternal Night Designs, Gabby, Carl Shib 18, and Tanzeel. So congratulations, everybody. So Mantra, I'll just let you tell us how the best way to reach out to you. Would you rather reach out to them or they reach out to you? How do you want to do that?
Crypto Queen, what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to get that list there, and I will get Mantra official list. That way you can direct those accordingly. So we'll make it easy on
Perfect.
Mantra that way, because people start inboxing, they got different profiles and all kinds of crazy stuff starts popping off. So I will make sure to get that, and then you can
Perfect.
distribute directly to the winners. Thank you.
Really appreciate that,
Sounds
Bender. Thank you.
No worries, man. That's the about the only thing I've learned in a space is that.
Okay.
You've learned more than that, but that's a good one.
That and to do disclaimers early. That's about it. That's my lesson of the week. Oh wow. Oh, not Wednesday night. It's Sunday. But that's okay. We're here. And thank you for that list, Crypto Queen. Here, let me save that right now while I'm thinking about it. Just so I don't lose that. Thank you. Yes, it's a beautiful thing here this evening, and I think we will just Calvin J. We just gonna hold off on some music to the end, man. Just don't even let me lie, man. We running past the time tonight. Let's just keep rolling here. Again, appreciate Mantra Protocol Coach for coming up here along with Clifford. All of our partners. Once again, appreciate you so much here. But I think we'll just go ahead and dive right into this first half. SHYTOSHI, love is in the air. Prepare your heart and your wallets. Big shout out to Bus. And indeed, we could see later on this week why he said that. The Campi or Campai, Kampai agency, planning for Shibashi's. This was an article back from July 23rd. Big shout out to the Bus, though, for bringing that one back up here, and that kind of hit the news wire there. So thank you for that one. Also, SHYTOSHI changes locale to El Salvador. You know, speculation continues on, but I would say out of all the Bitcoiners out there, the president of El Salvador is probably one of my faves with that one. So hope they're doing things out there. Also, Shibashi World, she's on her way. Tweet. And at the time, was it a Shibashi that we were thinking about? Indeed, it would be. Speaking of Shibashis, Teardrop. I think I just talked about that with the leash after the Shibashis themselves. And then Shibashis will burn again. Those ones that I had aforementioned too as well. Sheet Magazine's first cover sells for 50 bone. Oh, Mantra. Big shout out to Buzz for that one. Also, the magazine's Valentine's Day feature, and I want to shout out Cliff once again for bringing that to the group. You know, I was sitting there Wednesday like, let me try to mint this during the space. That's a whole another story. Also, K9 Finance to launch on March 7th. I did have a note here. I'm not sure exactly. I got to go back and read again. They're coming out with blinding amounts of speedy information here. just to make sure that that's a Shibaswap release, but I do know it's Uniswap with that one too. So March 7th with everything there. Congrats to them on the official launch date. Also, let's see here. Oh, okay. Bad idea. To salute, I put this tweet out here earlier. I caught this on Discord. But they are to cease their collab land where you got to connect with their server, mainly due to another fake bad idea server. So just kind of be careful out there. Make sure you connecting with the proper channels of everything, but you don't have to connect with collab land anymore within your server anymore. Regards to that one. Also, Shibarium Shibaswap 1.5 version will come out and be supported by the bridge. But shouts out to Crypto Queen on that one. 350 million transactions, 3 million blocks, 1.3 million addresses. The 350 million I was kind of shooting for last Sunday, but I actually came up on Valentine's Day, which I found very ironic in terms of a lot of love. But big shouts out to the bus on catching that for a Shibarium, I think, milestone. I think we'll keep counting them in 50 million at a time terms. I don't know if it's breaking news with another 5 million at this point, but always want to see it growing in terms of the transactions. Shibarium also Frontier .xyz I believe is a wallet, but it will integrate with Bone. It'll be accessible to Shibarium now. Big shouts out to BPP on breaking that one earlier this week. Shibarium's also got went from 554 to 826 new active accounts. Also, new ones, I believe, went from 21 to 186 in terms of smart contracts, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to have to go back and double check that article, but I'm pretty sure it was smart contracts. But that was also on the 14th. A lot of love on Valentine's Day. Bone transfers, I believe, from 415 to 33,000. It was like an 8,000 plus percent in terms of that. So bone transfers just went like crazy. That was actually on the 15th. Coin market cap and CoinGecko are showing stats now from Shibarium in terms of tokens and everything too as well. Shout out to the K9 Dev Buzz, I should say, for that information. I think we talked about this last week too as well. It kind of broke back to back there with everything, but the news rounds kind of picked up on it late, and I think everybody was watching the Super Bowl over the weekend. So I just figured I'd mention it again since everybody was mentioning it this week. And I think we'll kind of cut off there with everything because the rest of it's pretty much stats moving forward here. But did want to come back to you, Crypto Queen, with any additional thoughts that you might have had for this week on She Recap.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Satoshi's, how he mentioned key upgrades for the ecosystem, which some of them we've talked about already, but just a recap of those. He said that in Q1 of 2024, SHIB has continued the strategy to make Shibarium the meme capital of the world while building what many call the network state in perfect timing. And he talked about the year beginning with the SHIB concept for a global SHIB name service in collaboration with Z3, advancements in the SHIB metaverse for new space technology and AI upgrades. He said that SHIB is just getting started, all very quietly, but not for long. Going forward, SHIB will launch a new experiment to test the 404 ETH standard on ETH of the Shiboshis, NFT hybrid female counterparts, the Shiboshis. I'm so excited to find out what this is all about. It was further detailed in the SHIB paper, but just a general overview is that leash holders.
Oh, Crystal Queen, I think we lost you.
Making it claimable for the latter.
Oh, I think we lost you again.
Did you lose me again, Bender?
I can hear you now.
I don't know. My audio's acting crazy tonight. If it does it again, I'll just drop down one more time. But he also talked about the benefits of Shiboshis will be to help capture liquidity on ETH and bring it to Shibarium, which is desperately needed. And shortly after the launch, Shiboshis, along with their companions, Shiboshis, will be bridged to Shibarium. And then talked about the release of Shibaswap 1.5 on Shibarium. Many other tokens and projects will be bridged to Shibarium, so eager to see that happen. And then some updates on Shiba Eternity said that the game is in the process of being upgraded to address bugs and cheater problems that some players encountered on the iOS and Android versions. So lots to come for 2024. It's getting off to a good start, I think. And just wanted to mention one thing. I don't know if you mentioned this yet, but Lucy gave out a list. It was actually She Baby Shib gave out a list of Shibarium Tech Discord server mods. Just a reminder, I think Lucy had retweeted this. Um, just their names so that nobody gets confused on who they are if they have questions when they come onto Discord. But the names are Lucy, of course, Dijark, Sand Shib Army, Maximus Darwin, Bertoshi, Ragnar Shib, Special Shib, Neurotin, Masriel, and No One Has Spoken. And she gave some really nice shout outs this week to the mods and thanked them for all that they do for the ecosystem. And I wanted to second that. It's definitely a job that's a lot of hours and a lot of stress sometimes, but very, very much appreciate everything that these mods do. So shout out to them.
Thank you, Crypto Queen. That was probably on my second half of the list here, but that's okay since you had mentioned it. I did just post that up here to the Jumbotron, and I'll go a little bit further at that to a moment. But no, I appreciate you and covering that other portion there too as well, because I was going to get to that. So you helped me cross that off my list. So thank you. Calvin J, any thoughts here for the first half of Sheep this week?
Yeah, I would definitely say we have definitely seen some of these upgrades already. Rather, if it's you know, importing these autonomous wallets that are created when you subscribe to the Shib magazine and making it easier to not only collect uh these new digital assets but also trade these digital assets and making these these now bi-weekly events not only entertaining but now lucrative. So I can't really sit here and say um ape in because that's not good stewardship, but I will say the interest level is rising nonetheless. So take that for what you will. We have already experienced many ways of things being not only lucrative but collectibles. Um, Many forms of a magazine, whether they are newsworthy or simply entertaining, the idea of marketing SHIB is definitely being prioritized, and that has sparked my interest for a while. So I'm very bullish on SHIB and the marketing potential behind the ecosystem. Uh, yeah, there is a lot to talk about, and segueing into further news, highly bullish on upgrades for Shiba Eternity. Um, Still a Shiba Eternity Maxi. I might go a couple of rounds tonight after recap. It's been a while, but I won't sit here and say Grandmaster. I, I probably just lost my orange belt, if anything. Not the best, but I'm around, and I still remember download day. So for all of the Degens and shit maxis out there, it's good to see upgrades within prior ventures in the ecosystem and ensure everything making sense. Uh, Regardless if we see the burns immediately or not, things have to be done in the right way and also in a decentralized way. We have capability to import wallets with the Shib magazine. We can hope to see that same type of technology integrated into the game. Mind you, Shiba Eternity is available to be downloaded via Google Play and iOS apps for free without connecting any wallets. In the future, who knows? Maybe autonomous wallet integration, importing these autonomous wallets all on Shibarium network. Let's go transactions. Let's go blocks. Let's go Shibarium. So, in the grand scheme of things, I can see the vast potential. There's literally no way around it, and that's no vested interest at all. As far as we can talk about what that entails for the future of Bone and what type of special uh, utilities could come with not only leash but future assets that will also be integrated into our ecosystem. There's a lot to look forward to. So I'm definitely I'm here with not only you all, Bender Queen, Coach George, Mantra, the whole ecosystem. We are aware of what is to come, and we are very anxious and ambitious to see these days, let alone bull runs. But I will say, I'm glad that there is some time being utilized to make sure that these things are not only, you know, advanced, but also safe and easy to use. Easy walkthrough sessions for importing these, mind you, autonomous wallets that are created when you subscribe via your email address to the Shib magazine. This technology was developed within, what are we? I'm probably going to get shadow banned for this. What issue are we on now? The 19. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
Issue are we
What
on?
issue? Yes, sir. What issue of the magazine are we on now?
Oh, I believe what 13, 12 or 13.
13. 13. Okay, I jumped the gun a little bit. We are on issue 13, and here we are still, seeing upgrades, and the best is yet to come. So, with that being said, again, easy walkthroughs for these. If you want to trade your collectibles and you want to put them on the Mantra Marketplace, that is possible and easy to do. The walkthrough step by step process is there via shib.io. If you want to go deeper into the ecosystem, you can do that via shib.io. So I'll rant over, but there is a lot of I guess moving parts, and I'm glad to see that safety is being prioritized as well as advanced technology. So appreciate you.
No, thank you. And yeah, I did just check the magazine there while you were finishing up. It is the 13th edition on Valentine's Day for you there too as well. So no worries. But sorry to believe there's been like 91 recaps, just to be honest. That's kind of blowing my mind right now. But yeah, it's very interesting with everything that's going on, and we'll just kind of see moving forward, what stuff looks like. And thank you so much, Calvin J. Clifford, any thoughts here in the first half of Sheep this week?
Uh, yes, and great points by Queen and Calvin J there, and you too, Bender. Um, I think really the the thing that stands out to me most, which there's, I mean, you just pick a topic and it's all standouts, right? Um, but the thing that stands out to me most, I believe, is the release of the Shib magazine on Valentine's Day, and also the news of the Shiboshis being ERC 404, because ERC 404 is very, very new within the space already. I think the first one I saw with ERC 404, I think, was Pandora, and that was only days, maybe a day or two before Shiboshis were announced to be ERC 404. And the thing that interests me about the ERC 404 is the ability to fractionalize a single image, right? So you can fractionalize that ownership of one full image, where you cannot do that with a ERC 721. So this kind of bridges that to where, man, if that takes off, which we've seen recently in the past couple of days, where it's taken some really good adoption for that, which is still new. There's still some definitely DYOR on this one, but with Shiboshi's doing that, it opens a lot of doors, and I'll be interested to see. I don't know that I read anywhere of what pair ERC20 token is going to go with the Shiboshi. I don't know that I read that. It could have been printed. I don't know. But I can't help but imagine what I think it is in my mind. There's only two choices for me, which would probably either be Shib or Bone. I don't know that, again, DYOR, but then you could potentially fractionize that NFT image with a certain value separately with Shib and or Bone. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually. It's gonna do a lot of cool things for NFTs and for the Shiboshis and Shibarium all together, I think. And then with K9, I think, being on last week with what they're going to bring as far as potential liquidity, that's going to be interesting to see. Say the least with how that's going to go. But so much news every week. Every week is just you can see that the ecosystem's growing. There's news. There's big news almost every week, really. So, the magazine, like Calvin J was saying, with the wallet that, gives you that ease of access ability. You only need to verify that it's you to actually gain access into the wallet and be able to mint that free NFT, which is really cool. And the secondary sale possibility that comes with that as well, because these are going to be very collectible. That first issue, unfortunately I missed it, but I know, with there being secondary sales, that doesn't mean I have to miss it forever, right? So I could have a full collection set, which there's going to be, if people are into different types of collections, whether it be real world or it be digital. That's something that people are going to want to collect and have a full set. So the secondary market for that will be interesting to see as well. Just I'm bullish on the entire ecosystem, and I like what I'm seeing. I like what Shib's doing, the dev team's doing. There's always going to be some FUD out there. It is what it is. But like Mantra was saying earlier, we just got to keep that good attitude, that winner attitude, that we're going to make it, everything's going to be good, and that's how it's going to go. And with these kind of positive news that we receive on a weekly basis, it's hard to bet against something like that. So I'm just glad to see it. I'm glad to watch it happen in real time, and appreciate you, Bender, coming to me for comment here.
No worries, man. I appreciate your thoughts here with everything. Macha, I don't know if you have any thoughts, but I'm gonna give you a moment here if you do. But in the meantime, I just want to shout out a few people I just seen enter in the room here. Gleason Oliveira, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Zien, Binary Boy, Baha.Lifer, Napolo NX, Frank, Martashi the Sats. Cool name, appreciate you, as well as Coins to the Moon, Essence, thank you. Priya, thank you too as well. Let's see here. I think I saw, yep, Andy Randy. Appreciate you coming in, as well as Guap.Sheep. Also, I believe I saw Lola at one point. Maybe she's skipping around. Nope, she's there. Big shouts out to you, as well as 2PD Pure, and thank everybody else that's been hanging in here with us for week 91. We've had Mantra on here for a fantastic interview. If you did not catch that, y'all can catch that here on the replay, here on the recap here too as well. But a wealth of knowledge. But in regards to the second half here, Mantra, did you have any thoughts that you'd like to add?
No, I think the sense is that Shibarium has so many things to come, not only in the long term but in the short term. There's so many things brewing, and I think Shiba Army should be just on the expectation of that. Be ready for that, because there is many good things coming. All these news are just a pre-angle. I don't know how that's called in English. The, the beginnings. We're just in the first innings of the game. So yeah.
No worries, I agree. I think last week we talked about I think since December, active wallets went from roughly 30,000 to the 63,000 and change that we currently have now too. Just to kind of rewind back here on some of the stats we went over earlier. But yeah, it's positive growth in direction, and these are just some of the things I'm kind of learning to kind of keep an eye on in terms of the blockchain growth. And of course, we all want that transaction volume there too, as well as the total volume locked and those kind of things, and liquidity. From what I've learned, is highly important up there, if not higher than the total value locked with everything. Of course, not financial advice, but just some things that I've kind of stumbled across as we've kind of gone over these stats over and over again here on updates with the weekly recap. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Crypto Queen, before we go back to you, I think I am just going to go ahead and run down the second half here. A lot of stats. As y'all can see, I've posted a few extras here on the Jumbotron, and as always, that's probably not everything here. So again, as I like to say every week, there is no recap without the community, and you guys definitely picked up the pace. I went out there and scoured and sifted through a few things Saturday and tried to pick up a few more, and we'll kind of go over those now. Sheep trades on 130 exchanges without a pay listing. Now, I thought we did a article sometime, I'm gonna say back in 2023, where it was like 187 plus, and I can remember 20 plus exchanges listing after that. So I'm gonna just say Sheep's never paid for a listing. How about that? In terms of that one and everything, but 130 at least with that one. Sheep also 1.3 trillion is clustered between the 509 and 501. I'm sorry, 401 mark area. I like to talk financials on here and everything like that, but when I say cluster, This is where people have like kind of bought in this range. So it's like 1.3 trillion where they're kind of at a point of break even and that kind of thing there too as well. So, it's just an area to watch for. Of course, not financial advice, but shout out to you today for that interesting stat. I thought Stockwitz. Out of the top 10 trending, she was number 3. That was back on 14th. Big shouts out to BPP Valentine's Day for bringing that one. Benzinga, I believe, is a news outlet. They had a poll. She, Doge, Pepe, GME. She came in number 2. I'll just say there was quite an increase of votes there towards the end for GME, but they came in number 1. But that was quite an increase there. And I'll just leave it at that. Of course, that isn't the first time that's happened to Shib Army, but you might have to go above and beyond to beat us in a poll. How about that? Wales transferred 3.2 trillion Shib to different a whale, I should say. This was a single whale. I do remember this article, but they did transfer a record, though I shouldn't say record, but 3.2 trillion Shib to different wallets. One of them was Coinbase involved. Big shouts out to you today. Speaking of Coinbase, Buzz brought this one earlier. Their commerce department, I believe, discontinued Bitcoin and UXTO payments. With that one, the interesting thing I'll kind of sum up with this article here, and I did post it up there if y'all just want to kind of take a little in-depth look at it, is that Coinbase was not integrated with the Lightning Network, and the ERC tokens are set up where they can what's the best way to put it? They're payment ready is the best way to put it. So I had to discontinue those, but Shiba is still a form of payment there. And big shouts out to the bus. Into the block. We love Into the Block stats. They're wild. 2,464% net flow. It went from 15,000 to 286,000 on the 11th. So that was Bone, actually, in terms of that. Let me clarify. So Bone's net flow went up. Big shouts out to Sheep Spain. Bone also 39% up in terms of new wallets, 19% up with active wallets. Big shouts out to Lucy Sheep. Also Into the Block, 34 transactions, I believe was 340% increase to 1.2 to 4.3 trillion. The dollar amount on that went from 12 to 41 million, and that was back on the 13th. So that was Sheeb there. And of course, their 34 transactions are typically considered at 100,000 or higher in terms of transactions there too. So that was probably millions at a time with 34 transactions. Speaking of Sheeb, 2 out of 5 new addresses. I think I'll pull up this article because I really shorthanded this one, but it was kind of deep. But 2 out of 5 new addresses went up 39%. So out of every new address being made, 2 out of 5 of those were holding Sheep. And that was like brand new addresses on that one. And that was, I believe, through the 11th through the 17th. And big shouts out to Mr. Sandman for those with that interesting information. I was checking that out earlier too as well today. Sheburn. Not a lot of stats this week here, but earlier in the week, the rate went up to 70% to a 27.3 million Sheeb burn. I believe that was on the 13th. Big shouts out to you today. Totals for the week, 118 million Sheeb were burned in 40 transactions. Big shouts out to the burn captain, Calvin J, for that one. A few actually a quad of safety alerts this week. There is no Shibashi token. Or at least it isn't affiliated, I should say, with the Shibashis in any way, shape, or form, according to Lucy Sheep and officials. So yeah, if you see a Sheb token not affiliated out there might be one out there, but it's nothing to do with us. Also, safety alerts. Watch out for fake sites, profiles, tokens, all kinds of stuff being made. Just keep an eye out right now. It's going up like Tuesday out there. Sheba baby, I think Crypto Queen alluded to this one there earlier about a Discord list. Only thing I wanted to add to that, Crypto Queen, I think they wanted to identify the list, but I was actually kind of lurking in the Shibarium Tech Discord here, and I think everything really explicitly explained if you had an issue to please just file a ticket. Watch out who you're DMing, who you're talking with. There could be, fake personnel on the Discord and that kind of thing. So they were highly encouraging you to please put a ticket in so that way you're officially talking to the right people to hopefully get those questions answered for you. And then Sheep Dream has also not released a token. So I think there was a Sheep Dream token out there at one point. I think I just got word that was taken down by the exchange and everything that was on. So just kind of keep an eye out for that one too. Back to Crypto Queen here. Any thoughts here on the second half?
I'll be brief. Just wanted to highlight the rare feat of 130 listings without spending a dime to list for listing fees. That's so cool. Every time I hear that, it just blows my mind. And then the bone user growth was pretty significant. That a list of new bone holders now counting 95,755 total registered crypto wallets. The team recently announced a new feature on Shibarium which uses Bone as the gateway to liquid staking. Um, and it says that there's been a 39.58% surge in newly registered crypto wallets. Active addresses increased by 19% in 7 days, according to Into the Block. Yes, love their stats. And then a little bit about Frontier Wallet, which is a non-custodial crypto wallet encompassing 35 chains. It recently added Shibarium as a supported chain. And it says that it allows bone holders to sign up to become Shibarium validators. So that was a pretty cool tweet from Frontier Wallet. Bone can now be staked, traded, and earned in Frontier Wallet's native app. So they said that Frontier Wallet is estimated to have over 1 million active holders, while Shib's blockchain is close to 1 million in TBL. So those are the main ones that I wanted to highlight. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Bender.
No problem, and thank you for touching base on that one too, because that was one of the articles with the bone stats there, I should say, that I did want to touch on. So thank you for that one too as well. Calvin J, any thoughts here on the second half?
Yeah, Bender. I would definitely piggyback on what Queen stated. Shout out to Frontier because that was a highlight. As we prioritize safety, storage safety is definitely something to prioritize. We want to make sure that we prioritize the longevity of our assets, no matter if they are tokens, coins, non fungibles, or even these new variations of. So, bullish nonetheless on Frontier, Tangent, and so many other wallets. I will say scams everywhere. Um, Always do due diligence on every and anything. I mean, we can of course say like, oh, this is a for sure scam, but at the end of the day, some people don't know these things, so we should always just practice transparency, due diligence, and patience. Um, Ultimately, it's simple to say like we're so early. Uh, that is a strong reality that we are in, and we should always just prioritize again that patience to learn these new things that are being developed, and also be aware of, I guess, these new ways of bad acting and how to properly educate one to know the difference between something that is organic and something that is less than. So shout out to education. And I mean, to be honest, Bender, you ask these questions and my mind be going crazy. I'm trying to wrap it up in like 5 to 2 minutes, but I would say with everything being built, we have a very interesting ecosystem nonetheless. Outside of a, I guess you could say, particular but secured, diverse portfolio, we have a lot of, again, moving factors as well. It's deeper than just having, say, diversity within the ecosystem. Um, yes, governance is pretty much the standard when we talk of developments within Web3. Um, if not us, then you know other governments will, right? So we we bone up always, and also with the new developments within Shib Token, um, we still have yet to see the governance factors that will be implied with Shib Token, and hopefully within the future we will see more developments within Shib Leash and the other assets that will come, further diversifying our portfolio again in a safe and secure way. I will say, just wrapping up thoughts, not too many ecosystems are this, not only, I guess, diverse, but intricate with the timing. Like the things that are being developed aren't just like random endeavors, they are a part of the ongoing developments within Web3 in total. So SHIB does intrigue me personally, uh, being up to date to say the least. Uh, the when we talk about our parent chain, which is Ethereum, expanding, and we see the seasoned grandfather crypto such as Bitcoin not be as interoperable as one would hope. It is interesting, and as we lead on with our layer two for our parent network, things could be further solidified, validated, delegated, and to say the least, safe. So I ended there. To say the least, also, go ship in real life. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Calvin J. And yeah, it's just an ongoing process, and definitely in regards to safety, just watch everything you're doing. Once you got the official website and everything that you need, make sure you're saving that in your favorites, just that way you don't even get caught up with a sleight of hand incorrection, in terms of you may be typing something in, and just double check yourselves, triple check yourselves out here, and disconnect, and just, the list just goes on and on and on. We can hold on another space on just safety information as well. And it's just ongoing. And things are, once you've got them figured out, are evolving on the other side to try to get at you again. So and that goes for real life too, put it that way. So just not here in the crypto realm, just stuff like this is happening everywhere. So yeah, and I appreciate your thoughts. Clifford, speaking of thoughts, thank you for your patience. Any thing on the second half and your final thoughts here?
Yeah, and Calvin J hit the nail on the head there. with his last comment. With it's so hard to gather all of your thoughts together in such a short amount of time to speak on all of the things happening within the space because there you could go a million different ways in your mind and go down that discussion on any number of these topics. So I mean to kind of choose a standout amongst all of this is almost like picking a needle out of a haystack. So I just want to say Calvin J, Queen, Bender, the way you guys do this every week is remarkable, really. So, hats off to you. The second half of the list, something that did kind of stand out to me was the fact that SHIB has been listed on this last note here of 130 exchanges without paying for any of those. That's I don't know. That's like the most bullish thing I've ever heard. It seems like. I mean, yeah, I don't even know how that's possible. Really, I'd like to see the stat on the other tokens that have done that. Maybe Bitcoin. You probably, I would assume. How many others though can say that? So that's pretty. That's a pretty awesome stat just to read and kind of see there. Along with that, with the stock twits trending top three, that's a big deal. There's been another token within the Shibarium. Well, I guess it's not actually on Shibarium, but it's an official partner. There's been some stock twits trending there too, and I know that that's where a lot of these big whales like to kind of get their news and see what's trending rather than going to some of the typical places that we go to with Dex Tools or Coin Market Cap or whatever it is that you use. A lot of those types of people go to stock twits. So to get some, to get up in that top 10 list there, that's a big deal because you're going against not only cryptos, but you're going against all stocks. So to be trending there, you're doing something. That's really cool. And of course, Bone net flows going up. That's nice to see. New wallets being taken, taken in Bone and holding Bone. It's almost like they can kind of see what direction things are going. Gas prices on ETH are very high. I don't know if anybody's done some ETH transactions recently, but they're very high. We don't see that on Shibarium, and Bone is the gas token. So the further we go into this bull run, and not financial advice here at all, but the further we go in, I would presume that we're going to see higher gas prices, and I think a lot of people know that. So they're going to want to gravitate to where they can still transact and do things that they want to do within a certain chain. And to do that right now, I believe, even though we may not have the total value locked on as some other chains may have, and maybe not as much traffic, though we do have a lot of traffic here. I believe in the bull run when things are very high, this will kind of, the numbers will speak for themselves, if you will. So I think a lot of people notice that right now, and they're setting up for that, even though it may not be. And I'm not trying to get into price here. It may not be reflecting that right now on the chart, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the final destination of said asset or token, right? Um, and then, of course, the the safety alerts. There's always something going on with that on that front, like you said, Bender. There could be a whole nother space just on safety, but it's Discord or Telegram. That you kind of take that at your own risk. I would not advise for me, it's not something that I connect my wallet to. Either one of those, I that's just out of personal preference. It doesn't mean that's the right thing to do, or it doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to do. But just I would say, in my experience, I don't want to make a mistake because I'm not an expert. I don't want to accidentally approve something or whatever, so I don't do that. But I would just say, everybody, just be careful if you choose to, whatever you connect your wallet to, just be careful that you are actually connecting it to what you intend to be. And that goes along with following actual accounts, verified accounts. You know, um, don't just follow if you even see an account that you already follow and they may change PFPs or whatever. Just verify that before you click on any link that they may share or something like that. There's always a chance, so just be careful out there. Like I said, I mean, I'm bullish on everything that's happening right now. It's a good time to be where we are. We're not very far from the halving, so, or halving, however you want to pronounce that. But yeah, it's a good time. Glad to be here sharing it with everyone. Thanks, Bender.
Thank you. Great advice. And I'm on Team Howley. But if you're having, I'm not mad at you. And thank you so much, Clifford. That was beautiful. Yeah, I think also going back to the exchanges here, I was lucky enough to just be coming into Shib Army right after the Binance listing, and kind of when the wave of listings were happening. And I can tell you that any exchange that Shib Army was focused on, it did not matter what tweet they had. Shib Army would just show up like list. You know, it didn't have to be on topic. Whatever was going on, it was just we were knocking on doors and putting in all the official requests, and just it was just kind of hard to deny, like the presence. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to see with that one, and it was just like they they get something started, get focused on one. I think probably eToro was probably our longest one. That one took a couple of months, but everybody else I want to say was like, yeah, we focus, and it'd be within 30 days. Like they were like, okay, we'll just list it. Don't quote me on that, but it was like it seemed like they were just falling like dominoes with campaigns that were running out there with everything. So yeah, beautiful. Mantra, any final thoughts here for us?
Yeah, not much really. Just tell you that I enjoy so much this space because it becomes so many things. You have good guests with amazing questions, which, by the way, I love the questions today. Then you move into news, you move into great point of views by all your crew, which make very on point assessments of the market and stuff. And then you enjoy the Shiba Army and everything Shiba related. So I really love this space. I would end up by doing some promotion and inviting people into our Telegram, which is actually our operating base, where we communicate everything first and in an informal way as well. We have some chatter, and that's the best way to enjoy the mantra community and the Taurus in this case, which is being built at the moment. Everything else is just fine. Thank you very much for inviting me. Bender, Quito, Queen, Calvin, J. for everyone, Coach. Thank you for the questions. Everyone who was here and the audience as well for keeping with us until the end. So thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you once again, and appreciate you here hanging with us this evening. It's been a little longer than usual, but I think well worth it, and I have come out the more knowledgeable for it, and we hope to um invite you back here in the future for some updates and those type of things. And anytime that you have something on the horizon that you want to talk about, certainly get with us, and we'll figure out a schedule. In that time frame, and get you on, and make sure that you get to come back. But hopefully this is not the last time we hear from you. And thank you again. Crypto Queen, before we go to you, I just want to give a big shout out. I see the Cheggy 19 in the building. We don't always get Cheggy here, so always got to show some love and appreciate you. We shout you out every space, and continue to do so. I love the artwork and love the campaigns and everything that you do for Shib Army. Thank you so much. Crypto Queen, you got any final thoughts for us?
I'll do just a few announcements if I can. Um, I wanted to just bring everybody's attention to a couple of posts I put in the Jumbotron, the last couple. One is spaces that Coco from Welly did today that was really great, update on everything going on there. You can listen to the recording. It's called A Slice of Pie. And then a space that Lucy has posted about Shibarium and Canine Finance that's going to be on February 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely set your reminders for that one. Should be a good one. A crypto recap will be on Wednesday at 9 Eastern. So that'll be just regular, general world crypto news, hosted by Calvin J. Clifford, Sabotage, and Bender. So just check that out if you can. NFT Awk Radio is going to be Friday evening. Let's see, Lad Space will be 7 Eastern on Thursday. I don't think the reminder's out yet, but be watching for that. Also, our VR social with the co-op will be Thursday at 9:30 Eastern. That's always a lot of fun. If you have a VR headset, I encourage everybody to come join us. We have so much fun. Usually play 18 holes or so, last maybe hour, hour and a half, but we went diving under the sea this time in Meta Walkabout Mini Golf, and it's just a great time to bond with the community. So we'd love to have you out there. Just drop by Shib Co-op Discord if you're interested. And then we have a listing incentive going on with Shib Co-op. I wanted to mention one more time. That's through this week. If you list 5 on the marketplace, beta version, and then one new one this week, you'll qualify for a drawing for 5 founders NFT free mints. So don't miss out on that. I think we've shared that one already, but it's also the top of my profile. So yeah, I think that got everything. Unless you think of something I missed, Bender, appreciate you letting me make those announcements, and glad to have everyone here tonight with us. It was a great space, I thought.
Thank you, Crypto Queen. And no, you didn't forget anything, but I did forget to post the Mars Swap Mega Space there, featuring Canine Sheep, Dream NFTs, amongst others. With that one, I did post that up there last too. So appreciate you and everybody out there that are doing the spaces and bringing the education. I try to learn as much as I can when I can get to these spaces too as well with everything. And thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank
Cal,
you.
no problem. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody. Speaking of things, Calvin J, just to give you a heads up here, we'll get into some music here in a second. But do appreciate once again the community. Mantra for coming up here, Coach George, Clifford, along with Calvin J and Crypto Queen. Everybody that's hung in here with us tonight. It's been a little bit of a marathon here, but again, I believe entertaining and well worth it. And I'm bright and wide awake, and like I say, just having a blast here. To all of our partners, appreciate you too as well, and everybody out there. Calvin J, you got some music ready for us?
I can. If you give me a minute, I got you.
Okay, no worries. Crypto Queen, who's hosting Wednesday?
That's a great question. I think it's Clifford's turn.
I do believe so. We did talk about that 2 weeks ago, that this week was here.
Oh man.
The crab crawl starts now. Everybody's dropping like flies.
Yes, there'll be a whole 4 of us in that Wednesday slot. So it sounds like it'll be a fun time and a quick chat.
No, it'll be great. Invite everybody to come join us. We have a really, really good time on Wednesdays. It's just laid back and a good time for everybody to come just chat about their opinions on the world news. So it's a lot of fun. Lola, you have to come join us for sure.
Make the space tonight, Clifford. We will. I will bet on beating your over 4 average. I'm gonna put the over under on over 4.
Does it time how long they stay?
That might be another story, but we're gonna get more than 4.
You got this, Clifford. I got full faith in you.
We're gonna try. Okay.
All right, Calvin J, you ready for us?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do this and let's roll out of here. I appreciate your patience.